Hello folks, I'm Alex, this is Alex Unabridged, and this is the Stay Gold tag. So welcome back to the channel if that is the case. Yes, Tag Tuesday. This is the Stay Gold tag. I was tagged by the Mild Rumpus, who is also the creator of this tag. This is full of prompts which are inspired by The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, which I remember reading in, late primary school, early secondary school, I think. And loving, yeah, one of those really great reading experiences at school actually. So yes, this is inspired by that novel and also the musical version that has just come out on Broadway. And it's a chance to celebrate some of the wonderful booktubers who have been supportive of my channel and have inspired me and the channel and all that kind of stuff. It's a really lovely prompt, really lovely tag. So let's get straight into these prompts then, shall we? So, prompt number 1 is Ponyboy Curtis. Share some booktubers who have been especially supportive of your channel. Okay, well, I mean, there's the booktubers who have kind of been around in my comment sections for ages, and I can usually guarantee that they're in there with some sort of words of support and encouragement, and I always look forward to hearing from them. And a few names, I can't name everybody in this, but a few that always crop up. Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems. Cliff's been extremely encouraging right since I started the channel, and has invited me to do one of his live streams in the future as well. So it's lovely to be asked to do that. And he assures me that it won't be as scary as I think it is. So he definitely gives me confidence. Debs, I can always, if I'm going to read stuff, that is. I can always guarantee that there'll be a comment on my videos from Debs, really encouraging, just really easy to get on with. We've done a buddy read and had a fantastic video chat, and yeah, Debs is just really encouraging, lovely. Troy, of course, Troy's always around, has been really encouraging, tags me a lot, things like that. I'll come back to Troy in a minute. But the big one, I think, for me is Ollie, over at Crim and Ollie. Ollie invited me to do Garb August as a co-host last year, which was absolutely brilliant. I loved it, and being invited to come into that community was fantastic because I got to know so many more people, and the channel grew and stuff like that. And Ollie shouted me out as well on a couple of occasions on his channel, which has been fab. And to be honest, Ollie's kind of the reason why this channel exists. So I'll move that on in the next prompt. So prompt number 2 then is Darrel Darry Curtis. Share a channel that has inspired or somehow influenced your channel. So as I say, Ollie is the one, is the kind of the reason why this channel exists, or at least certainly why I started it when I did. He put out a video. I've been watching his channel for a while, and he put out a video about doing BookTube as an introvert. And at the time, I was kind of wanting to do BookTube, but too kind of scared to get it going, feeling that I wouldn't be able to do it, that I wasn't extroverted enough, etc. I wasn't confident enough. And Ollie's video kind of gave me the kick up the backside that I needed. So it's kind of, Ollie's to blame for you having to listen to all of my blather. But the big one in terms of inspiration, influence, etc. is Troy, Mr. Troy Tradup. As I say, Troy's been there from kind of week 1 of my, BookTube newbie video and beyond. But a lot of stuff that I've done on the channel has been somewhat inspired by or influenced by Troy. Certainly back in sort of the early days, like last year, Troy was talking about plays, things like that on his channel, which got me back into thinking about plays and talking about plays on the channel for a bit, and having that kind of dialogue and kind of feeling like I could do that on a BookTube channel. And certainly like my science fiction series this year, that is directly inspired by Troy. It's down to Troy that I've kind of really been able to kind of manage getting into science fiction and not feeling totally daunted by all of the stuff that's out there, because he sent me this fantastic email entitled Science Fiction for the Somewhat Hesitant, which is what the series has ended up being called, with a list, his list, so non-exhaustive, but a really good, well laid out list of books to start with, divided up into categories and all that kind of stuff. And that inspired that whole series, and that's a series that I've so far absolutely loved doing. So yeah, huge influence there. He has finally his kind of support, encouragement has given me the kick up the backside to write, finally, actually get some stuff finished rather than just dabbling around in it, and submit. Do you know what I mean? And the encouragement that he gives the BookTube community in general with things like the Garbology anthology that him and Ollie are publishing. You know, he's a really really encouraging guy when it comes to like getting people writing. The other one that I will mention in terms of an inspiration is Nick from another BookTube channel. Specifically, I mean, I love all of Nick's content, but specifically Nick's reviews. He really, I love the way he does reviews. They're informal, but they are and engaging, but they are so tight in terms of how concise they are. He, you know, manages to give me all the information I need to know, really, to make an informed decision on whether I want to try that book or not. And I want to take some inspiration from that and be a little bit more Nick, because my reviews, I like doing reviews, but my reviews run long and I want to just get them down, you know, find some of that secret sauce that Nick's got going on over there. So yeah, that's definitely inspiration to kind of figure out how I make my reviews better and kind of more punchy. Okay, prompt number 3 then is Sodapop Curtis. Share a BookTube channel that makes you laugh and brings you joy. All of them do. That's why I watch BookTube. Everybody I watch brings me joy. But I will mention a few of my favourites in terms of kind of these are my comfort. These are my ultimate comfort channels, I would say. First of all, Gareth from Books, Songs and Other Magic. He is one where he's so positive. He's so passionate about stuff, and I think because he films everything quite close up to the camera, it's kind of almost like having somebody on FaceTime just talking to you. It's like having a mate in the room. You can just get a brew, I can sit down and I can relax with Gareth, you know, talking passionately about whatever it is, whether it's books or music or film or general life stuff, you know, community things. Just a really lovely, positive booktuber that always lifts my spirits. Crystal over at Fibre Artsy is another one like that. Again, just like having a friend in the room. I like to make a cup of tea, sit down and watch Crystal's videos. Always something of interest in there. Plenty of books that I probably wouldn't come across otherwise. Crystal reads a lot of horror, a lot of indie stuff, a lot of weird stuff. Plenty of, you know, some good, entertaining, spicy recommendations as well. And yeah, funny, just, yeah, a joy to watch. I particularly enjoy Crystal's vlogs actually as well. And speaking of vlogs, I've got to mention The Mild Rumpus. I love watching, I've really got into vlogs actually recently, watching people's vlogs, because I'm a nosy bugger and I like to see into people's lives. But yeah, Rumpus, again, highly entertaining. I find really, really funny. And I love Ace as well. If you've got a dog or a cat in your video, we're good. It's always joy to see animals. But yeah, as I say, really, really entertaining, but also really relaxing. And then the final one is one that I know I'm always gonna have a good laugh with, and that's Andrew over at It Came From The Page. Cat content to start with, lots of cat content, which, as I say, I always appreciate, always brings me joy. But Andrew's just so funny as well. Vlogs again, I love watching Andrew's vlogs. You know, really great sense of humour, silly, bit off the wall, snarky on occasion, and he reads some really bonkers stuff as well, which I find really amusing. So those are a few of my kind of like ultimate comfort channels. Okay, prompt number 4 is Keith's Two-Bit Mathews. Recommend some new to you BookTube channels that you enjoy watching. Yeah, these are both new to me. These have been around for a while. I do need to go back and actually have a search of some of the new channels. I haven't done that in a while. So the first one is Justin over at Triumphal Reads, who I found very recently when he commented on one of my videos. And I thought, oh, who are you? So popped over to his channel to have a look, and then ended up binge watching a load of his videos. He reads, for non-fiction stuff, he's brilliant. I really like all of his non-fiction stuff, which is a lot of what he does. A lot of history, and I found some really good stuff, recommendations for like science books and nature stuff as well. And the other one is Jonathan over at Words in Time, so a bit of a bigger channel, been around for a while, who I've only found really this year because I've started reading more science fiction. And yeah, I really like his presentation styles, again, good production values, and he's a really good resource for me in terms of when I've finished one of the books on my science fiction project, which usually is an author that I've never read before. He's great to go and kind of search for other books by that same author and sort of give me a really good, concise idea of which one I might want to read next. And at the same time, then I end up picking up new books, new authors that I don't know, to put on the wish list at the same time. So yeah, those two I really enjoy as kind of new to me. Okay, prompt number 5 then is Dally Winston. What is something you initially found tough as a BookTube newbie? Share how you overcame it. Not waffling, but I haven't really overcome that yet. And I don't know if I ever will. I think that's just me. The main thing for me was convincing myself that I had something of value to say, to contribute to the conversation, and that people would want to listen. That was the biggest thing for me. That was the fear. And there wasn't anything specific that I did to overcome that, but just not listen to the voice in the back of my head saying, nobody's going to care what you've got to say. You'll be shouting into the void. Because I wasn't. I just needed to get over that and just push past that and just do it. Just get stuff out there and see what happened. And quite quickly, I realised that yes, people do want to listen to me. It's just about getting stuff out there, and someone will always want to listen to you. So you will always reach someone, I think. Okay, prompt number 6 is Steve Randall. What is your favourite video on your channel? I do like my Have I Read a Book published for each year I've been alive video. That was, kind of I'd seen other people do the same thing. I thought, oh, this is fun. I'll do that. And I really enjoyed doing that. That was a really good, fun little thing to do. And it sparked quite a lot of conversation as well. It got quite a lot of views and a lot of comments and stuff like that. And got some really good interaction with people through that one. So that was just a really good, fun one to do that connected me to folks. I think probably my favourite one on my channel is one that is probably one of the least viewed ones. And that's my top 10 favourite plays. As I say, Troy kind of got me thinking about plays again last year, and I ended up doing my top 10 favourite plays video. And I just really enjoyed putting that together because it was a complete nostalgia fest. I just got a chance to kind of go back through all of the plays that I'd read when I was in my 20s, when I was at university, and then plays that I'd produced sort of the 10 years after that when I worked in theatre for 10 years. And yeah, it was just lovely to go back over that stuff that I'd kind of put aside, really. And it just kind of rekindled a bit of a love for drama and theatre, and just made me reminisce, and I enjoyed that. Okay, prompt number 7 then is Sherry Cherry Valance. Share a channel that you enjoy watching outside of BookTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, generally, and a lot of different stuff. One is hiking videos, because I'm a big hiker. I love to get outside and I love to watch other people go outside in different areas to me. My favourite is a channel called Black Crag. This is Glenn, who is based up in Cumbria, to the Lake District. He's a really lovely chap. He's funny, he's warm, he's just very, very likeable. I love listening to him waffle. It's all very entertaining waffle. And he takes you out on walks in the Lake District, up the fells there, often with his little dog Finn, who is the cutest. And he's also a very, very good photographer. We have one of his pieces upstairs, and I would like more in the coming years. But yeah, his photography, he knows how to, make a good shot. So his videography is very good as well. And he's just extremely knowledgeable about the area, the landscape, etc. So you do get to really understand how, the lay of the land, if you like, and which peaks are which. He labels everything up really well, really good production values. The other sort of thing that I watch is gaming videos, video games. My favourite has got to be Many a True Nerd. This is John, who does playthroughs of games, so he's playing the games, often long series of big games, and he's hilarious. He is an absolute nerd in the best possible way, but he has introduced me to so many video games that I never would have looked twice at, certainly wouldn't have picked up, but because I've seen him play it and thought, well, that looks like bloody good fun, I'm going to give that a go, I've actually found some of my favourite games through his channel, things, as I say, that I never would have picked up otherwise. Okay, prompt number 8 is Johnny Cade. Discuss the effect that BookTube has had on you as a reader. I read a lot more. First, in terms of quantity, so prior to 2020, I hardly read at all. 2020 to sort of 2022, 3-ish, I probably read 30 to 40 books a year. And then the first year of BookTube, I read over 100. And also, more in terms of breadth across various genres. I've tried a lot more stuff, and I'm much more likely to try new things that I wouldn't have gone for on my own. Things like romance. I never thought I'd pick up a romance, but because of, BookTube events or just watching other people's channels, etc., I've tried it and I've found some stuff that actually I really like. And say, science fiction is something that I would have been quite daunted to get into in terms of classic stuff, and so I've been trying that, and I love that now. And it's like, just discovering new things and trying a lot of new stuff, being a lot more open to new things and new genres, things like that. Okay, prompt number 9 then is sunsets. Share a piece of advice or wisdom. I think Gareth from Book Songs and Other Magic probably sums it up at the end of his video. He always says, stay curious. And that would be my advice for generally for life. Be curious, ask questions of everything, try loads of different things, listen to loads of different voices. If there's something you want to try, even if you're worried that you might not be any good at it, just go for it. As long as you're having fun and you're getting something out of it, that's what matters. I've tried loads and loads of stuff over the years that I thought I would be rubbish at, or stuff that would scared me. And I've found so much joy in all of those different experiences, and I've got something out of each one which is transferable. It's a transferable skill or whatever, what have you, to go to other things. It's a cliched thing, but variety is the spice of life. So prompt number 10 then is stay gold, and that's to tag other people. Basically, if I've mentioned you in this tag, consider yourself tagged. That's probably the easiest way for me to do it. So yes, so there we go. That is the Stay Gold tag, a lovely tag. To anybody out there that I haven't mentioned in this tag, please know that I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, all booktubers and viewers. You know, there's so many viewers who are always in my comments section, always so encouraging. And I appreciate every single one of you. When you leave a comment, it absolutely makes my day. It's lovely to interact with all of you. And I do need to get better at commenting on other people's videos as well. I tend to be quite short on time, and I watch late at night on the TV, so I'm not always right there with the comments, and I can be a bit lax, so I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to start commenting more. But please know I am watching your videos, and I am loving, you know, everything that I watch, basically. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching today. I will be back on Friday with, I'm not sure what yet, but I do hope you'll join me for whatever that turns out to be. But from me, for now, that's ta-ra.